Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome to a new video today on In the Stars. Today's video, I'm going to be talking about Pisces Decans. Pisces ruling planet is Neptune. Neptune is the planet of mystery, illusion, imagination, dreams. You don't already know, every zodiac sign has 3 decans, or we call them degrees, 10 degrees for each decan, which totals up to 30 decans. So that's how you get 3 decans for each zodiac sign. Now, each one of those decans will have the same ruling planet. In this case, it will be Neptune. So for the second ruling planet, or sub-ruling planet, as we call it, the first decan will have the same as its predominantly ruling planet, but that only goes for the first decan. The second and third decan will have different sub-ruling planets than their predominant or first ruling planet, if that makes sense. So with Neptune being Pisces ruling planet and sub-ruling planet, or the first decan of Pisces, should I say, then this will amplify those influences or energies of Neptune in the first place. So this can allow those Pisceans or Pisces to be more imaginative. You see, they'll be able to, they can be more, this will allow them to be more creative, because that imagination, that they can have this deep, understanding, or this deep thinking on imaginative things. This can allow them to be more daydreamers, you see, so they can come up with these different imaginations. This will allow them to manifest things more, if you're into that, or if you even think about stuff like that, as far as when it comes to manifestations, which are nothing but dreams. Think about that. So this will allow them to dream even more. This will allow them to have more vivid dreams when they do actually dream. Like when they go to sleep and dream, their dreams can be more vivid, more as I was trying to say, it could be more, just more vivid, or it could be even more lucid, if you will. They might be able to hold on to their imaginative thoughts better, or their imagination can be all over the place. Something else that to think about, when you have a deep imagination, you can lose sight of what's in the present, so to speak. So this can be a reverse effect of having a deeper imagination. They can possibly be more inclined to not being focused, or losing focus easily, or causing confusion within themselves because of this deep imagination that's inside of them. Also, that can also which inclines to illusions, because don't forget, Neptune is the planet of illusions as well. So this can allow them, or they can be more susceptible to seeing false things, to seeing things how they want them to see, not necessarily how things really are, but to create this false world within themselves, or this false world that they see, not necessarily saying that they will have some type of mental illness or what have you, but this can allow them to just take daydreaming to the next level. But again, that doesn't necessarily always, when you think about polarity or opposite versions of things, so to speak. You can also think of the fact that illusion that they create within themselves, or that illusion that they create for themselves to see, that can also be a positive thing. Reason being is they can believe something so strongly, like, illusion. So if you're seeing something that's possibly not real, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're saying something negative. They can see something positive, and draw themselves to that, and that's like kind of like manifestation. They can draw themselves more closer to whatever it is that they're putting their illusions on to, if that makes sense. But that also can cause, like I was saying, on the negative side, that could cause delusions, or delusions of grandeur, as they say, believing something wholeheartedly when that's not necessarily even true, or not necessarily true, or just kind of thinking about it in a sporadic way to the point where it's not going to make sense. Another trait of Neptune or a Pisces, a first deacon Pisces, they can be more mysterious, because Neptune is already, that influence or energy that Neptune is giving off is mysterious energy, or allows the person to be more mysterious. So with the first deacon Pisces, this, like I said, this is amplifying that, because it's doubled down now. So they can be more mysterious, they can be more reserved, more not revealing, or not saying too much, especially when it comes to their emotions. Because keep in mind that Pisces is already an emotional sign because of their water sign, and other factors that factor into that. But what I'm trying to get across is that this will amplify those feelings, because their Neptune is mysterious. It leads to them being mysterious. So when you're talking about being more mysterious, or when you have a double Neptune, so to speak, or two Neptunian energies that's giving its rays off onto this sign, then this can allow them to be more mysterious and especially when it comes to terms with their traits. So like I said, when it comes to terms of being more emotional, or more even being intuitive, as we know Pisces people are. They're also very intuitive, which means that they got a good feeling for things, or at least they feel like they do. They have a good feelings for just things in general. This will also allow, this first deacon of Pisces will also allow these Pisces to be more intuitive. The reason being is because the planet Neptune is also the planet of psychic abilities, so to speak, or even spiritualism, So this will enhance that intuition that Pisces already have. And that's what I was saying, that Pisces are already intuitive because of their water sign, their ruling planet. And and so when you combine that with a sub-ruling planet of Neptune as well, this is going to even enhance those abilities. This is going to enhance those intuitive feelings that feel like they know what's best, or they feel like they might even know the right way to go about a certain thing, or a certain topic, certain subject, certain action, whatever the case may be. This is what this intuition will bring forward these Pisceans, and they can, as I was saying, because of that more mysterious, they could be more shut off to that. They can feel like they know something more about you. These first deacon Pisces can feel like they know something more about you, but might be reluctant to reveal what they know, or might be reluctant to reveal certain things of what they feel because of that mysterious nature, because of that emotional nature. They are almost like want to hold those emotions in instead of expressing those emotions. So because Neptune is also the planet of dreams, these psychic visions or these intuitive feelings that they feel can predominantly come from their dream states, especially for these first deacon Pisces, because as I just said, that they are that the Neptune ruling planet and sub-ruling planet will be influencing these Pisces to have very, vivid dreams, as I was saying earlier. And these vivid dreams can also just be like, these Pisces can feel like these dreams are prophetic. And they can also be prophetic or prophetic to them. Or just feel like that they can help their lives out in a way. And they, like I was saying, you might not even notice. They might not be the type. These Pisces can possibly be not the type to even express that they had these certain dreams, because that's a part of themselves that they might not want you to know, because of that mysterious nature. And also keep in mind, as I was talking about polarity or just opposite sides of the coin, or tug and pull certain you know what I'm trying to say. Either way it go is what I'm trying to say is that these Pisces, just because I'm saying that these Pisces can be mysterious, or they can be more intuitive, or even more spiritual, which is another thing, because of Neptune represents spirituality, as I was saying, or just more intuitive, all of those different things. They can also be the complete opposite of that, because if say their planet is aspected negatively, if this placement is aspected negatively, which will be their sun sign, because we're talking about sun sign. So if their sun sign, or if the placement within their sun sign is aspected negatively, then this can hinder those abilities, and transfer those abilities to the opposite, what would be the opposite side of those things. For example, they can be closed. They can be more expressing their emotions a whole lot, or just closed off to a certain point where it becomes worrisome, like not saying anything, like almost like a recluse or a mute, if you will. So certain things to that nature, when you just thinking about different, just different qualities of these different signs of what I express. Pisces second deacon, ruling planet, of course it would be Neptune, because that's their overall ruling planet. Sub-ruling planet is the moon. Oh boy. So now, not to diss y'all, I ain't dissing no second deacon Pisces, but these second deacon Pisces are going to be very emotional. Reason being is because if you're familiar with, or if you don't know, the moon brings on emotions, you see. So, and then the moon also brings unconsciousness and instincts. So the reason why I said oh boy was because, of course, if you're talking about Neptune ruling planet is bringing on, if it's bringing on mysteriousness, illusions, dreams, enhanced psychic abilities, things of that nature, and then you're already thinking of a Pisces who's already probably the most emotional sign in the zodiac. Now you're talking about its sub-ruling planet for the second deacon, which is the moon, that's going to bring in more emotions. Think about it. This placement of Pisces, or these second deacon Pisces, are going to be very more emotional. And I was trying to always say that's not necessarily a bad thing. Us as people, we always equate that to being a bad thing, like, oh, you're too emotional and things like that. But really, if you think about it, being emotional means you're just more in tune with your emotions. Now, if they're uncontrollable, then that's where, things get rough. And that's what I'm going with these second deacon Pisces. They can be very in tune with these emotions, because keep in mind, they're already intuitive people. So, but if they're not, their emotions can be very all over the place. Their emotions can be very strong to the point where people will put judgment on those things. So what their challenge for, I guess what I'm trying to say for these second deacon Pisces is what would be to learn how to be more in tune, instead of just acting out on those emotions, but understanding when is a good time to express those emotions and when is a good time not to. But that's just if you want to or not, at the end of the day. But also, these second deacon Pisces will have better instincts. This will help their intuition better, because the moon brings on instincts. You see what I'm saying? So this can be very good for them, or very good for their emotions, because as I just said, that the moon brings on better instincts, and they're already intuitive people. So now they have these instincts to go with it. So it's like, yeah, I know what to do. I know what I feel, and I know what to do, type of thing. They can deeply feel that, or they can be very engaged in those feelings. As I said, though, it just depends on what's aspecting with that placement, or with their overall sun placement. Now, instincts, emotions. Oh, this will definitely increase their Neptunian dreams, or those vivid dreams that Pisces can have. This will definitely enhance that. Why? Because just because you're asleep doesn't mean your brain necessarily stops, which we know it doesn't. So, and what I mean by that is what I was trying to get at by saying that is that those emotions don't stop, and that's pretty much what your dream is, or at least what we think dreams can be, is those emotions going all over the place while you're still asleep, your brain's still thinking. So those emotions and those dream state can definitely be more heightened, because the moon also, as I said, represents unconsciousness, and your sleep is pretty much you being unconscious at the time. So with that, this will be a good interpretation, or a good, a good way of Pisces, or a good trait that Pisces can have. This will allow them to be more in lucid dream states, where they feel like they more engaged, or can control those dreams, because the moon represents unconsciousness, and that they already have these instincts and vivid dreams. You see what I'm saying? Or, as I always said, it could do the complete opposite, where they could feel no in control of their dreams, or zero control of their emotions, or zero control of their instincts, if you will, even to a certain degree, you know. So also what comes for the second deacon Pisces, when you got to think of the second deacon Pisces, you got to think of the fact that they will be more, or this can increase their illusions even more, or even delusions, as I was saying. The same thing for the first deacon Pisces. The reason being is because of those unconscious thoughts. You get what I'm saying? Or them having lack of focus. Because if they're having unconscious, if they're too engaged with those unconscious thoughts, and they already are imaginative people, who could sometimes create these illusions or even delusions, then this can lead to them being more unfocused, because their mind is always focused on not the present. The same thing I was saying for the first deacon, because of those unconscious thoughts. If they're not unconscious, means to not be, pretty much to not think in the present, or not to be aware of your thoughts in a way. So yeah, these are the thoughts that are lingering within them. So, and this could also, like I said, this could also lead to more heightened emotions, because what happens when your thoughts are unconscious, when you're not really thinking, or you're not really focused on what you're feeling at the wrong time, or the time that something can get you in a fix or frenzy, or however you want to put it, those emotions can just come out, and they can, and since this is a water sign, they can pour out. You get what I'm saying? Like water, just pour on out. So yeah, but second deacon Pisces, as I was saying, this will definitely increase their imaginative abilities, just like the first deacon, but for different reasons. You know, this one is because they'll have a better instinct, you know, so they can, so this will allow them to even be better creators in a way, because they have a natural instinct for things, and because they're already imaginative, and then because they already have a good intuition about things. So they can just, they might be able to create like something astounding because of those abilities, and because of those, you know, those abilities all go one in the same with each other, you know. Or they might just come up with really great ideas all the time, have really great ideas about how to go about certain things, or do certain things, or act a certain way, or whatever the case may be for them, you know. So that's second deacon Pisces. Third deacon Pisces, ruling planet, of course, is going to be Neptune. Its sub-ruling planet is Pluto. Excuse me. So with Pluto being the third, or with Pluto being the second or sub-ruling planet of the third deacon Pisces, this will automatically, first thing that comes to my mind is even a more mysterious person. The reason being is because we know that, or if you don't know, we call Pluto the dark planet, or the Lord of the underworld planet, you know. So the planet is already bringing on mysteriousness, and so with Neptune being its ruling planet, that's also a mysterious planet as well, also bringing on energies of mysteriousness. So you combine these two, you have a very mysterious person, can even be somewhat dark in a way, not necessarily mean that they're a negative person, but just mean like dark in terms of not of just appearing. You know, you might see certain people and or know certain people, and they just give you this dark persona, maybe like kind of like maybe somewhat gloomy, but it might not necessarily be even gloomy either. Just so mysterious to the point where you like, I don't know anything about this person. And they're like a total, like, you know, I don't get them at all. I don't get what they're about. I don't get what they're trying to do. I don't get, you know, who they are pretty much. And so when you think of this third deacon Pisces, this can very well be these type of people. They can be, like I said, highly mysterious. You might feel like you never know anything about them, or once you feel like you knew something about them, that thought can change in your mind because they might reveal another side of themselves to you. Or even if they do reveal something to you that you just like, I didn't know that about them, you know, or like, I known this person for this amount of time and I never knew that, you know. That type of energy is what can come about when you're talking about a third deacon Pisces from a sub-ruling planet Pluto and its ruling planet being Neptune. These third deacon Pisces can also be more changeable because Pisces is already a mutable sign, which means, you know, changeability, adaptability, things that goes hand in hand with that. So with a third deacon Pisces sub-ruling planet being Pluto, then now you are bringing in the influence of endings and beginnings. You see what I'm saying? Because that's the influence that Pluto gives off. And that's because Pluto is the planet of also transformation. So as always, this doesn't necessarily have to be a bad or necessarily good thing. It just means that they can tend to change a lot. And when you think about that, you have to think about what does that mean for the rest of their traits, because this is how those things are going to intertwine and go hand in hand with one another. So they're going to change on their emotions a lot if you think about it, because they're already emotional people. Or if they're not, as I was saying, if their instincts are not as sharp or what have you, they can change their instincts a lot, which means that they can be inclined to being more unsure of themselves because they're always wanting to change. You know, they're always wanting to destroy to rebuild, you know. So this can lead to them being more confused as that's a negative trait already of Neptune. That's already a negative trait of Neptune. Pluto is also the planet of power. So with these third deacon Pisces, they might want to use their intuition or their emotions or, you know, their psychic abilities to gain power. You know, they can be inclined to wanting to getting power over others, or even just put themselves in powerful positions based off of as I was saying, their emotions, their instincts, you know, because that's what's going to go hand in hand with one another. Their imagination, they can put themselves into imaginative states of how to gain power. You know, can deeply fantasize about it, because keep in mind, illusion. So they can deeply want to fantasize about those powers, you know, or about having to gain power or being more powerful than others. Pluto also brings on you know, as I was saying, dark things, or just things what are deemed can be deemed as dark things, like certain like taboo type of things, or Pluto also brings on repressed emotions or repressed feelings of certain things, like your darkest things about you that, you know, like I said, with society condemn or see as being dark. So this can lead to the when you're talking about Neptune, combining that Pluto influence with Neptune, which is going to be spirituality. Like this can allow them to be into more dark spiritual things, or things what are seen as dark spiritually, you know, like occultic practices or rituals, or things like that. They can be, and they might not necessarily act upon those things. As I always say, it's always going to depend on your chart and aspects and such, but they can just like they can just really want to fantasize about it. You see what I'm saying? Because keep in mind, fantasy, illusion, dreams, they can just really dream about doing it, whether it's awake or asleep. You know, this can be something that they put their imagination on, or imagining themselves performing dark things, or even so this can allow them to even just being drawn to watching dark things on television, or reading things that are dark, like books and such, or what have you. So this was all for Pisces Decans videos. So as always, I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, press the like button, press the subscribe button if you want to stay in tune for future videos. Click in the description box if you want to follow me on my social medias. Write in the comments section box down below if you want to let me know anything, or if you just got something to say. So thank you for your time, and until next time, peace and love, y'all.